It felt like a tale of two seasons
Yeah.
this year. So, but tell me how Jarius and Gio were able to kind of get the ship righted enough where you finished the last 11, 7-4, even though you fell short of the playoffs.
Yeah, man. First, I just want to thank my Lord Jesus Christ again, for this opportunity, for this season. We definitely these last couple of years, we just was trying to figure it out, trying to figure things out, trying to figure out how to be successful, how to set a culture, how to put guys in positions to be successful. And sometimes you experiment, sometimes things work, sometimes it doesn't. But it doesn't mean you just give up. You got to keep trying to find ways, ways to be positive, keep people around, because you got to understand when you go 0-7 and 0-9, in 2 years, it's tough because you're trying to figure out how to get out of this hole and how to get your team to believe that I have a way to do it. So I just think at the end of the day, we found some ways, especially this year, to be better than last year. I think we had guys who, definitely stepped up. I think there's some young guys who are developing, who have a lot of potential. But I just think at the end of the day, we just got to make sure we find our culture, find our identity early, and understand that, in the West, and really it doesn't really matter East or West, you have to win early so you can put yourself in a position to be successful later in the season.
Yeah, as a player, can you talk about that culture, that standard that Jarius Jackson attempted to set here, and was he successful? Is the ship in the right direction, I guess?
Yeah, J-Jack was definitely a player's coach. Like, he's definitely somebody that you can go up to, you can talk to, you can obviously, give some ideas. But at the same time, he got a job he has to do too, like for himself. He's trying to, it's an interview for him. He's trying to do things, to put himself in the best position and, put some pressure on guys to, in a sense of, he's putting himself in a good position to be a coach again. So it's all about having to trust in each other at some point in time. Coaches got to trust in the players got to trust in the coaches. The coaches also got to trust in the upstairs. So it's like we all got to roll. We all got to play our role. We all got to play our part to the best of our ability, and we all got to come and do our job. Because at the end of the day, just as a player and coaches and upstairs, if you're not producing the way that they want you to produce or in a certain amount of time, they're gonna move on and they're gonna go in a different direction. Just like me, I was the highest paid non-quarterback. If I came in here and I didn't do the things that I was supposed to do, or I didn't produce like I was supposed to do, they would have either try to take some money or I would have got released. So it's a tough business, man. It's cold. I've been in this league for a long time now. I literally have seen everything when it comes to upstairs, the locker rooms, GMs, presidents. I've seen revolving doors. I've seen so much. So it's like, for me, I know how to handle myself in these situations because I've been through them my whole career. Do I feel like it's good that players are, young players are starting in these type of situations? No, I don't. But it also help them later on in their careers. If they're in a good situation or a good, culture, it's going to be easy.
Is the last 8 games of this year and what you accomplished one of the best 8 games of your career, do you think?
I think it's probably I would definitely say it's probably the best. I had to really just sit down and think about scoring 8 touchdowns receiving is super, super hard. I actually got a text from Milt the other day too, man, just congratulating me and tying it up, with him. And, getting messages like that, man, and just understanding, where I'm trying to put myself in history of this game. I give everything I got. I go out there, each and every game, give my heart out, play my hardest. I'm trying to win each and every time and trying to put my team in position to be successful. So, I think the most I ever scored in a row. High school doesn't really count because I was playing quarterback. So I had 15 or whatever in a row like that. But that was different. In the pros, man, and the professionals, it's a great accomplishment. I'm grateful to put myself in that position and put my name with them guys up there, man.
And surprised everybody with one on the ground too.
Yeah. And that's the thing is I definitely did surprise people with one on the ground, which I've always been capable of doing that too. I feel as though I'm a very, very versatile player. It's a lot that I can do. It's a lot that I've been doing in the league. I've been passing. I've been rushing. Actually my first rushing touchdown was probably a couple years back in Edmonton, against Edmonton, and it was my first rushing touchdown when I was in Montreal. So I've had a couple. I've been doing things, and I just try to just stay consistent. It's all about being consistent. When you're consistent as a player, as a coach, as whatever, it puts pressure and it puts you in a good position, to keep being successful. And that's all I can do. All I can do is, do my job to the best of my ability. Even if I had to do more with less, I'm going to find a way to do it. That's just how I was raised. My mother and my father always put me to always be prepared for any situation, any challenges, anything that happens. And I just know the type of competitor that I am. I know what I bring to the table. I know my worth. I know what I bring on the field and off the field in the community to these people. And, I'm going to keep doing that consistently.
As a player, how important is it for you? Because it sounds like everything's going to be in place here by Grey Cup, president, GM, coach. For you going into free agency, deciding where you're going to play, how important is that for you that things are going to get settled here quick?
Again, personally, I've seen it all. So I've seen things get done quick before in other teams, and I've seen things get done slowly. So it's like that's above my pay raise. I can't control the things that they do. They got a job. Like I said, the upstairs people, they're going to do their job. They're going to decide who they feel like is the best situation, and you got to trust it. At the end of the day, that's what it always comes down to. And I trust that they'll make the right decisions. I trust that they'll do what's best for this organization, for this team. And for me, it's just going to be, I gotta see all my things. I gotta make sure I dot all my I's and cross all my T's and things like that. So like I said, I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for myself, just being able to, at 31 years old, to put myself in this type of situation, because there's not a lot of people that would think at this age that I would be still doing what I'm doing. And I plan on doing this for another couple of years. So I'm excited, and I'm gonna keep this thing going.
Do you want to come back here?
It's me. You asking me personally?
Would you like to be back?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this, because of the situation that I went through in Montreal, I want to be somewhere where I'm appreciated, not tolerated. I want to be somewhere that they want me to be there, because if you want me to be there, I'm gonna give you my all. I'm gonna give you everything. So for me, I love these fans. These fans were great to me these last 2 years. The opportunity that I had, I'm appreciative. But for me, it's all has to be mutual. As long as you feel like you want me to be here, I want to be here. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to.
You might have a good perspective on this, because you've played for a lot of quarterbacks
Oh,
in
yeah.
your CFL career. That'd be quite the mural. There's a lot of going back and forth this year, and with Mac and with Trey.
Yep.
Does that have to be settled? You need two quarterbacks to win injury-wise, but you have to settle on someone to be that guy, and that spot being solidified.
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna tell you, I feel like I'm an outlier answering this question, because I don't think I've ever had a season where I just had one quarterback. So, this is how I see it. For me personally, whatever quarterback is out there, I try to be the eraser. Every pass doesn't have to be perfect. You just give me an opportunity, and I'm going to try to help you as much as possible. Since I've been playing in Montreal, I always told my quarterbacks, listen, I want to help you get paid. That's all I want to do. If I can help you get paid, then I'm probably gonna get paid too. So we can just help each other get paid. So it's like, for me, it's whoever is out there, whoever the coaches decide and they feel like they want to be out there, I'm going to help that person to the best of my ability. Just like this year, when Mac was out there, when Trey was out there, whoever was out there, I gave everything I possibly could to every quarterback, each quarterback, and that's what I'm always going to do. And that's what I want quarterbacks to feel like. I want them to feel like anytime they throw it at Gene, it's easy. Like, I don't have to think too much. I don't have to. The pressure is less for me. And for myself, obviously. Yeah, as an organization, you do have to make a decision when it comes to quarterbacks, because when it comes to money and things like that, that all plays a part. You know what I mean? So you can figure out the next steps that you want to do or the other players that you want to get. But in this league, you've seen this year, you need two quarterbacks. So you need at least two. You know what I mean? You never know what can happen. One guy can get hot. One guy might go down. But honestly, I would just say, like, I appreciate, Trey and Max, professionalism they had this year, like, through this whole process. Like, because as a competitor, I don't think people understand, like, how hard that is to, keep going up and down and, get in a rhythm, and then your rhythm getting shut off and things like that. And it's tough. That's a tough situation to be in, and especially at quarterback. Like, only one can be in there and only one can play. So it's like you got to keep cheering on your guys, but you also got to be prepared for when your opportunity is up. And I just feel like they both did is what they needed to do when they came in. The way that they handled this thing this whole year, and just trying to keep it all together. I got to give credit to them for that.
Thanks, Geno. Thank you.
Yes, no problem. Yes, thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.